Welcome to another Full Self-Drive beta software update. The one we're looking at today is version 11.4.4 or 2023.7.20. Now, I've been a beta tester for the past 2 years and I've seen some incredible improvements happen across the Full Self-Drive beta software updates. The biggest, most memorable that's happened recently was when single stack was introduced, and we've seen some regression and in a lot of ways some really good progression since then. I think the Full Self-Drive beta program is fantastic. I do believe that someday we will be able to get into our cars with confidence and very little fear and go from one destination to another, and today you're going to see a lot of that. So as far as improvements with this update, this is what I'm expecting to see on this drive. We're supposed to see quite a big improvement on roads that have no clear visible road lines, no yellow lines or white lines, especially when dealing with oncoming cars coming towards you, and we do see a bit of that today. It's supposed to have improved on stop signs. If you've seen some of my previous videos, it was stopping 20-30 feet behind the stop sign, so we should see some improvement on that, as well as it's supposed to be able to handle construction barrels and not darting in and out of them all the time, which makes it really awkward. So we'll see if we can find some. Now, before we go jump in the car live with my driving self, I want to thank all of you guys who come back to the channel if you've been here before. And if you're new, welcome. Please take a second. The best way to support me is to go down right below this video while I'm talking and hit that like button for me. And of course, if you're new, subscribe if you like drive videos, update videos, product reviews, tips, and tutorial videos. Now, let's find out how good this update did. All right, we're all keyed in for our first destination here. We're going to be going across town, across a couple different main arterials and heading into a neighborhood. And so we should have a lot of opportunity to see on this one if the car is going to do well with stop signs. And so let's get this thing going. So I'm kind of parked on the side of just in front of someone's house here. So from a dead stop, I'm going to put on navigate and autopilot beta here, or full self-drive, by pushing down on the right gear stalk twice. And now we're up and rolling. So we got the blinker going. Shows we're going slow here. So there's no stop sign here, but it's still going to go nice and slow. Here's the first stop sign. This is kind of hidden behind that tree, but it spotted it just fine. Okay. Taking quite a while to check to see if there's any cars there, but that's okay. So now we're going to be heading up to a stop sign that is actually on a main arterial up here. So these cars are going to be coming past a lot faster. So one of the issues that it was having in previous updates is stopping way behind the stop sign versus at the stop sign and then creeping forward. This time it did that a lot better, as it was supposed to. And so we got cars coming from the right here, and we have plenty of room to go. This is only a 35-mile-an-hour street. So we'll see what's going to happen here. We now have cars coming from the left and a dump truck in front of us coming past. So we'll see if it can figure out what to do here. So I thought about it. It wanted to go there, but there's still a ton of cars coming from the right. So now we should go. Not right now. Kind of freaked that car out a little bit. Lurched forward a little bit. Well, I didn't freak them out. I just made them slow a little bit. Now we got it wide open, so it should go. Oh, very good. So even as the car was coming past us, it saw that the opening was there, got into the first lane, and then followed the other car in. That was really good. That was actually a really aggressive takeoff. That's perfect. I'm really happy to see that. So one thing that was mentioned in a lot of other people's notes on this update was how well the car stayed centered in its lane. I've never really had an issue with that, nor have I seen any kind of an issue with that in this drive so far. And so we got a flashing light here, so the car is not supposed to do anything with this, and it didn't. So it only slowed down because of that car turning out of its lane. Handled that perfectly fine. And again, there's no white fog line, but it sees the curbs on the right and is staying closer to the yellow center line where it should be. We're kind of centering itself a little bit now, but we'll see what's going to happen here. So we need to turn left right here. Okay, not here, actually in the next line. My bad, my bad. Good. So that's why the navigation is doing its job. So right to the intersection with no problems, following this car, tracking it, and yeah, it's doing. So far I haven't had any issues with it. We got another stop sign up here. It's recognizing it from far off. We're seeing the little chevron arrow stripes inside of the navigation blue line, showing that the car is slowing down based on other cars. And now we'll be stopping for stop sign. And again, we're stopping about 4 feet back and then going. Okay, we're going straight through this time. I thought we were turning left there. I still am lost. So we got a car coming right at us, playing chicken. Very good. Handled that without any kind of phantom braking or quick braking. That was very smooth. Swerving around parked cars on the sides of the road. So everything there is good. So there's no, this is like kind of through like a neighborhood. So there's nothing here other than just grass on each side of the road. The car actually swerved that drain grate back there, or whatever that's called. See about the stop sign here. Are we gonna stop at it or before it? Okay, we're pretty much right at it, maybe a foot away. Coming to complete stop, then creeping forward here. Again, most people would stop a little bit past the stop sign where they can see, but that obviously can't be programmed into the car to do that. It needs to stop at the stop line. Let's see what we can do here. Got a car on the side of the road here, definitely picking that up, swerving away, and then how quickly do we get back over again? Not extremely quick. We kind of stayed centered there for quite a while, but it did pick up those people walking by here pretty quick. And again, a stop sign, this time without a stop line. Let's see how quickly we can kind of get through here. Creeping forward for visibility. Let's go. All right, good. That was fine. I mean, you just have to kind of take a step back and realize when you're driving on the beta like this that it's not going to be as fast at making decisions as you would be. It's going to do it in the safest way possible. It's going to really take its time to make sure it's fine. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to give it a little bit more speed limit freedom. I've given it the ability to go up to 5 over the speed limit. So we should be getting to our destination here pretty quick. We got 400 feet until our next turn. We are on a sort of main road here, still only 25, so we're taking a right turn right here without any kind of signals or stop lines or anything like that. Again, really slow around that corner. Definitely didn't need to go that slow, but that's fine. Got some cars on the side. It's going to center itself out here. Hopefully it pulls back over a little bit, and it did. So it's got quite a few cars to kind of figure out here. We got an intersection with no stop signs that it slows for. And what are we slowing for and stop? Oh, we're at our destination. Okay, very good. So it got us right to our destination. Let's put a new one in. All right, we got our new destination. We're heading over to a hospital, St. Elizabeth Hospital from where we are at. So think of it like, okay, navigation. I need to get to the hospital. Take me there. I can't drive. I broke my arm. Get me there. Let's see if it can do it. So here we go. No disengagement so far. It hasn't had any interaction from me whatsoever. Unfortunately, a guy behind me went behind me on that entire last drive. He just happened to be taking all the same turns. So he's probably wondering, you know, why I was going so slow around corners. But you know what? We are in a community with mostly elderly people, so maybe he's used to that. Maybe that was not that abnormal for out here. Okay, stop sign coming up. Let's see where we stop. I think it's handling stop signs just fine. In my last video you guys saw, I was stopping like 20, 30 feet behind some stop signs, but we haven't had that yet. But we definitely take our time getting off the stop sign. So we stop, look, and go. I mean, it's only abnormal because we're used to doing it differently. When we drive, we fly up to stop sign, just about into the lane, and then go really quick. And so it feels a little awkward, but the reality is that's what we probably should all be doing when we drive. So again, on these open roads, and the reason why I came to this destination is this is what this update's supposed to be super good at. It's supposed to be staying on its side of the lane, and it is. We are staying, if you were to put the road lines, you know, in between the parked cars, we are staying to our side of it very well. And so here we are again, going to our next stop sign. Now this one again is we're merging onto a more popular road. This is a 4-lane road. Stopping about 4 feet behind the stop line, then creeping forward. No cars coming and, you know, shooting out here. So 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, should see that right now. It did not see, oh, that was a upcoming speed adjustment sign. So at this next speed limit sign, it should see it. We're seeing people on both sides of the road. And here's, okay, now we drop down, good. Again, I'm gonna give it just a few miles an hour over the speed limit. You can, again, adjust all this in your settings. So yeah, I mean, it's doing well. We had a little bit of slowing right there because the cars in front of me slowed. That wasn't any kind of a phantom brake. Decent little curve to the road here. Let's see how well it centers itself. Does it cross any of the road lines? No, it doesn't. A lot of farm country out here. I like the checker grid of this town, which is why I'm going to be doing a lot more out here. We did take that corner a little wide, and we are, you know, still, I wish we would stay a little bit closer to that center line. I'm sure a lot of you guys would argue with that because I think you'd rather be as far away from other oncoming vehicles as possible, but you just don't normally drive right there. That's typically where other people would park their cars, but that's fine. So we're at an intersection. You just got a green light. No delay there. Ooh, I don't like how it swerved to the outside of that line and then also crossed over the yellow line. That was just unnecessary. Didn't need to do that on that turn. I wouldn't rate that turn very well. Definitely did it. It did it by itself, no problem. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just takes corners a little bit tighter than it needs to. Again, we're at another flashing light. Actually, the same one from a different direction we were at earlier. That is interesting. It is doing something there with those drains, because there was a drain in the middle of that as well, and you saw the car do another correction there to avoid it. I wonder, let me know down in the comments if you guys are noticing anything different with like potholes or anything like that. Are you finding that this update is swerving them or trying to as best as it can to avoid them? Okay, we're almost at the hospital here. The car would have definitely taken me there. Turn that corner really well. Unfortunately, it won't drive us in and park us, but we're gonna see how close it'll get us to it. So we wait, we've got an opening here, and we have just turned into Virginia Mason Franciscan Hospital. All right, we got our next destination locked in. This will be our last one we do on this update. This one's about 1.8 miles. We've got about 5 different turns to make on different types of roads. So we'll see. Okay, again, here we're stopping pretty aggressively, this time about 10 feet behind the stop sign. And so this is kind of what we're hoping to be, avoiding a little bit. We got cars though parked right on the edge of the road there at the stop sign, so the car had to see past that. It's still fine. I mean, I'm only pointing out the stop sign because it's kind of weird, and it's something that, people aren't going to be doing if they were driving themselves, stopping back there. It's only the first one though I've had an issue with. Like right here, you can't see, so you stop quite a ways back, but then again, the stop sign is quite a ways back. So this time we're crossing this stop sign, so that did good. Pretty slow crossing that intersection though. I would love to see, what I would like to see that I feel this update not doing extremely well at is just a little bit quicker out of the stop sign. When it decides it's safe to go, just go. Like, go quickly and get to where you need to be. We're actually going to pass an old rental home that I used to own out here about 10 years ago. I've been on this street in probably 8 years. Anyway. Max speed has been lessened based on the type of road we are on, so the car doesn't see any stop signs and it knows that there's no road lines or markings anywhere, and so it has put it down to 25 miles per hour, which is just fine because it just so happens it is the speed limit out here, so it's good that it picked that up. Okay, slowing down here, we got some crosswalks we're going over that are marked, and we're gonna make a perfect turn without crossing over, and we got a car right in our way. The car is gonna swerve around it. And you can see that it notices there's lots of other cars up here, so it doesn't bother dodging back in between all the cars, so that's really good. And now we're gonna come over a little bit more because there's a bigger gap. You can see it's pulled over to the side this time, and then we got more cars coming up, so we're gonna come back out again. I would like to see another car come up in front of me. We've already seen that once on these trips, but it is interesting to see how it actually does, how it handles other vehicles. Do we always give in, or does we have to wait for them to give in, or how is it gonna handle that? The game of chicken. All right, we're gonna turn right here. Again, stopping at the stop line. I have to give it like a 9 out of 10 on the stop signs today. I mean, rating it based on what it's being programmed to do, I think it's doing its job. It's stopping pretty much consistently on all but that one stop sign. I got no problems with that. And then creeping forward and going. Other than its acceleration, I'd say that, could use a little bit of improving there, but I can't complain. The car has gotten me to all 3 destinations without any interaction and has done it incredibly safely. So, I mean, what more can you ask for? All right, getting into the center turn lane. We're gonna follow this car in here. I'm not even sure where we're going. I don't know if we're making it. Oh, we're gonna get out of the turn lane and go around the car. Oh boy, that is awesome. Okay, that's something very new, and I didn't like that stop. We're just kind of stopped out of the turn lane and sort of into the other lane, but that was fantastic. So let me explain why that's important. Usually what would happen right there is we would just wait for that car to get out of the way and make its turn. Then we would drive further down the turn lane until we got to our turn. Instead, the car said, screw you, buddy, swerved back out of that lane because there was no cars there, and then went to our destination, went back in the turn lane right in front of it. So that is something something you would probably do as a driver, or maybe not. Maybe you're less aggressive and you're just gonna wait, that's fine. But the car that's something new, and I really like that. Now, to wrap up this video, I have to just say I'm very excited and happy about 4.4. I think it's done really well with the situation that we've tested today in these kind of rural areas back here, you know, some kind of little neighborhoods we're in with very little road markings, slow speed limits, lots of stop signs. I think in this environment it's done an excellent job. I got no complaints about it. Let me know what you guys think about this update so far in the comments, and we'll be doing lots more update drives and full south drives on this build very shortly. So stick around, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button for more videos just like this. Also coming up, if you like watching installs and product reviews, I'm reviewing some pretty incredible they're actually seat covers that have fans in them, and they cool you off incredibly well. I'm actually pretty excited about these. I've had them in for about a week, so the video is going to be coming out here in the next week, probably around Wednesday, so make sure you got that bell rung so you catch that video. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you guys on the next video.